Hello everybody, I'm Pistol Rick, and we're about to show you how to get started streaming as a musician. First and foremost, I am going to primarily be focusing on streaming on Twitch, but all of this stuff applies across the board. So, if you're ready to get things poppin', I am too. First things first. We got to download some fucking shit. We got to download some programs so you can get started. What are we going to download? First, we got to get your OBS. That stands for Open Broadcasting Software. And my preferred open broadcasting software, which I'm using right now, is Streamlabs. You can use OBS. You could use OBS Studio, depending on your preferences. Those things might suit you better, but this is probably the easiest thing to use as a beginner, and moving forward, it'll still sustain all of the needs that you have. So, let's check that out first. So you're gonna wanna go to, boom, here we go, we gotta pull it up, streamlabs.com. Pull this up, make sure you download it. You can get this for Macs as well. So this isn't partial to PCs only, which a lot of things are when it comes to the OBS side of stuff, just because Macs tend to not be handling this kind of load on your computer in the same way. The other thing that we're gonna need is well, hold on. Let's talk about some other stuff. Before you get Streamlabs, right, you're going to want to actually download, you're going to want to sign up for an account on the platform that you want to broadcast on, because this is how you're going to log into your OBS with that account. It'll automatically pair everything with that and get you rolling faster. So those things are going to be Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Mixer doesn't exist anymore, rest in peace. Any other thing that you want to stream on, you're going to have that ready to download, or you're going to have that logged into, or an account, so that you can put that into your Streamlabs once you get it downloaded. Okay, so once we get this baby downloaded, you're gonna end up in a situation like boom, this, and right down here in the very bottom part of the application, you're gonna see the login button. Right now, because I'm streaming and broadcasting, this is going to be logging me out, but you'll click on here, you'll put in your information, and you'll end up on a screen like the one that I have here in front of you guys. So, but I hope the mic volume is actually okay. Hold on. I'm gonna turn this music down even though it's fucking slapping. Okay, boom. So, important thing. So, we got the program downloaded. Before I start moving further into this, we're going to want to actually do a few things. I'm going to take a couple steps back here. So, before you consider whether or not you can stream in the first place, you're going to want to see if your computer can even handle that. So, a couple specs that you're going to want to look out for is that on your PC, you're going to want to have at least an i5 as your processor, or an AMD equivalent. You're also going to want to have 8 gigs of RAM at least, hopefully. It's 2020, so even if you don't, that's not going to cost you very much to do. The other thing is that you're going to need to have a version of Windows that will be able to keep up with the programs that you're using. So Windows 7 or better. We're doing this on Windows 10 right now, which hopefully that's what you got right now. The other things that we're going to want to worry about are, first, your internet speed. 100 megabyte per second download, 20 megabyte per second upload is going to be kind of like a, I'm not going to call it a bare minimum, but it's going to be where you're going to want to be at if you're going to want to have things be in a quality that keeps people watching. If you want to test out what your speeds are, you can pull up fast.com, right? I'll show you guys really quick. Keep in mind, I'm streaming right now. I have gig speed internet, but because of all the other stuff that I'm doing, it's only going about, half a gig, right? And if we want to see what the upload is, right? So it's kind of getting up there. It's above 20, which is good. That means that the stuff that I'm putting out there is going to come out at a reasonable rate. So basically this 100 megabytes per second and upload over 20. So if you have that, that will satisfy the minimum requirements to have a clean stream, which is super important. People are really particular about watching streams, and so if you are streaming and you're starting to lose frames and it's becoming really laggy, people are going to fall off, and it might not be worth the amount of energy that you put into your content unless people are able to receive it at the rate that you made it. So keep that in mind. Max, when we go into the Mac space, this is going to be something that you might run into trouble with, and it's not because your Mac isn't necessarily good enough or fast enough. Just the way that they're designed, their processes tend to put a lot of weight on their computers, and so this is going to make things a little problematic down the road. So right now we're just streaming, I'm just doing video, I'm chatting with you guys, but once I start doing other processes, this is going to become kind of a problem. It depends also on how new your Mac is. Laptops, maybe 2017 and older, won't have as much of a problem with this, and younger. Anything older than 2017, so 16s, 15s, 14s don't really exist in this world right now. Those are going to start to be a little problematic when you're moving forward. So if that is your situation, I would try to find a different way to stream your content, whether that be pre-recording your content and putting it out live that way. Again, you don't really get to interact with people in a real-time way when you do stuff like that, unless you're in the chat of your stream. But there's still hope for you guys. Max can do it. The reason that I think it is problematic, though, it is because we're doing other shit, right? We're maybe playing a DJ set or something like that, where we're using Serato, Ableton, something that's using a ton of your fucking computer's power already. And in order for us to broadcast that, it's gonna make things just, it's not gonna perform well, and you're probably gonna lose viewers because of that. But just because of that, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try at all. Just be aware that it's not gonna go perfectly. Okay, other things when it comes to this space. So we want to get microphone and camera. Here I have pulled up a Yeti microphone. This is it's a Yeti. Let's see, this is a blue Yeti. That is actually what I'm using right now. And the camera that I'm also using is also this Logitech C922. So as you can see, the quality is pretty good. It is a 1080p camera, but most of the time when we're streaming, 720p is pretty much where we're gonna be at. It's smoother broadcasting, and everybody is really chill with it. So I wouldn't really worry about trying to get anything more powerful than that. It's gonna cost you a significant amount of capital to invest in something that's better than that. You're gonna have to get a DSLR. You're gonna have to get a cord that is like a special battery pack cord that will allow your camera to continuously run, because a lot of these things have functions where they turn off after a certain amount of time. So all of that stuff, it can really add up. I mean, the nice camera itself will probably run you $500 to $700 plus all of the peripherals for that. I mean, you could end up, paying $1,000 for that. So getting a bundle like this, where it comes with a really nice condenser microphone and a camera for $229, and at Best Buy, which you could probably go and find that in your local Best Buy today, you won't have to wait for it, is going to be a really, really, really good thing for you to invest in. The other thing that we're going to look at before we start moving forward is going to be, how do I interact with other people? And you're not necessarily going to be doing this as anything other than an individual, but when you are, you're going to want to have a vehicle to do that. So Discord is my go-to. You could use Google Meets or Zoom, something like that. But Discord's been around for a while, and pre-COVID, Discord was kind of the go-to for all of this shit. So this is what I'm going to recommend to you when I'm doing my live stream dialogues and chats with other people. This is what I use as well. There is a bit of finesse that goes into using Discord, but we're not going to cover that right now because I just want to get you guys set up and rolling with stuff. So now that we got that all taken care of, we got our OBS, we got our equipment, and we got our ways to chat with other people, we're gonna kind of move on and start kind of getting a little bit more into Streamlabs. So because I already have chosen my preferred downloading platform, and for you that could be, again, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, anything else, you use that to log into your Streamlabs, which I am already in. Boom, we'll blow this up. All right, infinity screen. I'll explain why this is happening later, but you'll download Streamlabs, you'll log into it, and you'll get to this page that looks, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be actually this, but it's going to be all black. Why? Because you haven't really put any scenes or sources into it. So when we start moving into this, you're going to see that there are a couple things on the side here. You got your settings, log out, all these different modes for viewing stuff. We're going to go to themes here, right? Second one from the top left. It looks like a ruler with wings. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be honest. But anyways, this is going to be where you're going to pick your kind of skeleton of your stream scenes. Because a lot of these things are pay to use, you're going to want to go into the search bar and type in free. This will let you see all of the ones that you could use without having to pay for it, and there are plenty of really cool different styles and aesthetics that you can choose from based off your kind of content. Most of these are going to be gaming related, but they will actually suit the need for anybody doing anything here on Twitch or YouTube or whatever. So my preferred one, as we start to scroll through here, hold on, let me find it really quick. Ooh, I like this one. I like that. Bloom. That's a good one. You remember that, guys. That one's got a cool kind of vibe to it. I use this one called Pizza. And if I can actually find it, right? This is actually kind of nice because you guys get to kind of see all these different options that are, yes, all free. Okay? So, like all of these Magic the Gathering style, I love these. Oh my god, that's so cool. Let's see if I can find mine. My theme is called Pizza. That's the one I usually use, and I want to find it for you guys so that you can see exactly where it is. Regardless, we get to see how dope all of this shit is, right? I'm almost at page 13. Holy cow. Maybe pizza isn't even free anymore. Everybody loves free pizza. Pizza. Alright. Well, I can't find it, but all of these things are pretty fucking appealing. So, ah, God. Alright. I kind of want to show you guys how to set this up. So, let's get this one going. So, we're going to install a new overlay here. Once you find the free one that you want in Streamlabs, you'll go up here, up to the upper right. You're going to choose Install Overlay. Install that overlay. It's going to take us back to our editor, which is where we control everything that's going on the stream. Now you'll notice, unlike my last one, oh my god, look, we're getting all these follows right now. This is actually wild. So, if you'll notice, my last scene here, Pizza. Oh yeah, this beat to be hitting now. Here we go, the pipe I be hitting. Wow. Oh. Swaggy, you baggy. I'm gonna have to tell you, baby, I'm a baggy to take it. Oh. Okay, enough of that. So you'll see that on the screen, I have a display capture and my camera right here in the bottom corner. So let's go back over to the one that we just got. Is that what it is? Alright, Arena and Friends. So you'll see that we have all of these different scenes. Ooh, I actually got my camera in there already. All of these different scenes that kind of tell everybody what we're doing. The live scene here actually has already captured my camera, but a lot of the things aren't really fitted to it. So hopefully you have all your equipment plugged in before you open Streamlabs. And now we can use this time to kind of finesse all of this. Alright, see, I don't need to do this right now entirely. Boom. Let's just pretend that's centered, right? You're able to come in here and edit all of the things that you need. So whatever is going on, anything on the screen you want to change, you click on where it is and you'll be able to highlight it. If that's something that you want to change, let's say your name right here. We're feeling that, but my name's not your name. So, properties. Now you can change the font, the size of the font, what the text says.
Boom. I'm Pistol Rick. Everybody knows. And so all of these little things here you can change. That's going to be on you to kind of figure out all that stuff. I'm not going to go into the finesse of that. Again, if you want to change anything, you'll click on it, right click to bring up the properties, and in the properties you'll be able to change that. Other things like, let's say this frame over here on the side is actually the one that I want to use, but we still have this frame here on the left. You can go down here. Oh, actually, you know what? All right, guys. Boom.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to re-explain all that because I didn't realize I had not made a display capture and you guys can't even see what I'm doing. So I downloaded the scene. Let's say that we just downloaded this pizza one just because I didn't actually do that very well. You can change anything that you want onto by clicking on it, right clicking to get its properties to change how that is. Every little bit on the screen has its own little thing where you can click and change the preferences on it. If you do look at what you're clicking and look down here, it'll actually highlight the component that you're clicking on. So if you remember the name of what you want to change, you could just go down into here, right click it, go to the properties there. A quick introduction into a couple of things here. So let's say that I want to capture the screen. Like right now you guys are looking at my screen and it's this infinite thing, but normally you would not see this at all. It would just be the screen capture. Let's see, main display, boom, right? Turn that off, right? I just hit this blind button here on the main display. As soon as I click it, it disappears. You guys can't see anything. So anything that you don't want to be on the screen, you can just click that and it will disappear. You don't necessarily have to delete it. If I take things that were disappeared, like this frame, you know, I unclick the eyeball here on the very side and it appears. I can interact with it. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Nice. I vibe on that. I'm not going to keep it though. So that's where you're going to be able to kind of change all this other stuff. Let's say there's something in here that you don't necessarily want or don't have. You can go to add new source, and that is going to be where you're going to add anything that you want. Images, so overlays that you get from people, that's where you're going to add images. Those should be in a PNG format. That will let them be transparent in the negative space. The way I'm capturing my screen right now is a display capture. If you want to do something very specific, you could use a window capture or a game capture. Those will let you choose specific applications that you are using on your computer and allow you to just focus on those. So if you're doing other stuff on your computer and you don't want people to see, you'll choose that. It also uses a lot less power, but the catch with this is that if you're trying to show people a bunch of different stuff on the screen, you're gonna have to change between scenes and you're gonna have to set up all these different scenes with different kinds of captures so that you can start to move seamlessly between the things that you want to show people. Otherwise, they won't see it. So, in order to do that, let's just pick, let's do a display capture because this will be the one that's most common for you guys. You'll select what you want to use, any of these things here, add the source, It'll ask you to name it. I like to go and add the new source. That way I can name it. We'll call it blah. Add source. And then it's like, well, from what? And I have a couple different monitors here, so I'm just gonna use the main monitor. Actually, let's use my second monitor. All right, so now it's capturing. I added the scene, and you can see if you look up at the top here that it's capturing my oh, you know what, let's turn that off for a second. So that was capturing my second monitor, but it's all the way at the top here. And the way that the sources work is the top is going to be what's shown first. So if you have an overlay, you're going to want to put that at the top, but all of these other things you won't be able to see. So if I want you guys to see what I'm doing on that second screen, I'm gonna have to put it at the very bottom, and now I blind my main display. Boom. And now this is what's going on my second screen. So it could have been my first screen, the display capture if I did it as a game capture or some sort of an application capture. That's what we'd be seeing unless we blinded it. So I'm gonna blind that. Go back to my main display. This is going to be where a lot of the creativity and finesse comes for your stream, is in the kind of layering of captures and images and things that you have. That's also something that I'm not going to go into right now because it's like a very lengthy dive into a bunch of fucking shit that is gonna make this way too fucking long. So now that we got our theme, we understand kind of how to navigate through it, we understand how to get a display capture. The other important thing is going to be your audio. If we look over here on the side, there are a bunch of different things in the mixer that it recognizes are plugged into your computer. If something is not recognized, you can open, boom. All right, we'll add another source. You could add an input capture. That should pop up over here once it is added in your sources, and you'll be able to control it using the cogs on the side. For the mic and aux and the desktop audio, these are going to be like vanilla to any theme that you get. So if you have a microphone, click on the cog, go to properties, and from here you'll be able to choose anything that the computer registers. For you musicians and artists, this is where you'll be able to connect your instruments to be able to be heard on the stream. When it comes to bigger bands or people that have bands, it's not just, you know, plugging in a CDJ or, you know, running Ableton and some basic stuff. You're gonna need to download, let's see, what's it called? Flower. Sorry guys, I am shooting this live. And I am looking for Sunflower. Okay. Sunflower will help with this, but still, this will probably be something that you might spend hours actually doing. So please know that that's going to make things a lot trickier. anyways, in the preferences of these are where you're going to change the input. So again, mixer, choose one of your inputs. Sometimes it might be on your desktop audio, sometimes it's going to be on your mic auxiliary. We won't know because everybody's computer is a little different. Go to the properties and then figure it out from there. From there, you'll probably be pretty set to start streaming. But before you do that, it's important to go into your settings. And we're going to want to check out a couple of things here. So, general stream. Oh wow, they added YouTube to that. Okay. You're going to want to go to output, and I'm streaming right now, so I cannot change this, but you're going to want to drop your video bitrate from the stock 5000 to 2500 because this will be a lot easier for your computer to handle. You're also going to want to go in here and start to kind of just like go through and see all of the ways that you have things plugged into your computer that you want associated with your stream. And you're going to want to link those things up in here. I'm not going to change anything because I don't need to. Same thing with the video. You can have your base resolution at whatever it is on your screen, but it's probably better to scale it down so it is just a little easier on the upload. Also, let's say that you've got everything ready, your OBS is looking super tight. You will want to, sorry. Your OBS is looking super tight, but you're streaming to somebody else's channel that's not yours. You can still be logged into your shit, but you're going to have to stream to a custom ingest under streams. And at this point, you're going to need to put in the stream key that the other person gave you so that you can broadcast on their platform. Without this, you won't be able to do that. Super important. All right, I'm not going to change anything because I'm recording. Everything's chill for me. Right? I know, right? Ooh, that thing's so cool, Ricky. Damn. So, okay. Other important parts about streaming. I know we're kind of blowing through this really quickly. I have a little guide written down that's going to go with all of this. But you want to make sure that when you're streaming, you check out your platform's terms of service. If you violate the terms of service, this is how you are going to lose your channel, lose your audience, lose any monetization that you have made on your channel. You do not want to do that, so please, 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 please review your terms of service. That will do you and your constituents a favor. The other thing that's super important is realizing that because you are live streaming, you have a chat to deal with. So that can be overwhelming to deal with as a streamer by yourself. You're already trying to do all this other stuff, you're making content, and you don't have time to necessarily read the chat the whole time while you're doing stuff. So get moderators, because people in your chat can tank your channel if they are being stupid in ways that are like racist, hateful, bigoted, just things that would normally not be okay to say to people face to face are not okay to say on a stream. That will get your account banned, taken down, demonetized, whatever. So make sure that you take the time to get some moderators in your chat, give them permissions so they can moderate, and they will be able to kind of take care of the chat while you're content creating. The other thing that we're gonna want to take a look at, the last thing that we want to take a look at here, I guess, sorry, this is all over the place, and hopefully the actual written guide kind of helps you guys with this, but you as a content creator should just focus on being yourself. People understand that you are a human being, that you have human tendencies, that sometimes you may not know what you're talking about in a given moment, that you may stutter, that you may not say things perfectly. That's okay. You don't always have to get frustrated that you're not being perfect. Just try your best. And be yourself. Be yourself. So with all that, I think that I have kind of covered all of these things that we need to kind of get you started. I think I'm probably going to come out with a part 2 that's a little more finesse. And I may actually even redo this part 2. But for now, that's what it's going to be. If you guys do have questions, if you guys have questions, you can hit me up on Instagram, future_smart on Instagram. Shoot me a DM, and I will try my best to help you out with whatever is going on. We can actually link up. I just don't want to drop my Discord and all this other stuff in this video right now. But hopefully that helped you guys out. I know it's been a long 36 minutes of run-on sentences and nonsense, but that's okay. So hopefully that helped you guys. And if you guys do want a part 2, shoot me a DM on Instagram, future_smart. And I will help you guys out and maybe come out with a part 2. But for now, hopefully that helped you guys out. I'm gonna have hopefully a link with the Google Doc associated with this, so it will make a little more sense instead of me running on and on and on about random shit. And that helps. So yeah, until next time, thanks for getting popping with me. I'm Pistol Rick, and we'll see you around the corner.